gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. This is a 2017 Chrysler Town and Country. Now the reason the hood is up because I had to go get this. This is my dipstick, guys. This was towed in. Notice they backed it in right here. This is towed in from the tow truck. It won't move, won't pull. Okay, now it's a transmission issue, obviously, right? If you get no go, transmission is responsible for supplying the drivetrain, no, the motion, because the engine can't move unless the transmission allow it to move, right? Follow me, guys, or in fact, help me. Yes, we're gonna learn this stuff together, guys. We all in this together, okay? All right. Yes. Now, for the most part, yes, it will not pull, but I want to verify. I'm not interested in towing it into the shop until I'm ready to make a repair. I can, however, do the little bitty things right here where it's sit, as far as making sure it's not moving because it's empty. Okay, remember, guys, this unit have no dipstick on it. It do, however, have a dipstick too. Okay, so that's a good thing. Thank you, Stellantis, for at least giving us a dipstick tube. Guys, there are some cars out there with no dipstick tube or a freaking dipstick. Well, you're not gonna have a dipstick if you don't have a tube, right? The 8 HP transmission or the 9 HP, the front wheel drive ZF transmission, all ZF transmissions, no dipstick or no dipstick tube. I don't know. I know, but hey, that's the decision that they made. We got to live with it, all right? But my point is, I want to verify, make sure I at least got fluid in this before I write up the inevitable estimate of simply needing a transmission, replacing the transmission. Guys, I've already talked to you guys time and time again on our threshold as far as repairing versus replacement. I also made a point to make sure y'all understand the advantage of simply getting a new transmission, a new reman transmission. You get a 3-year warranty up to 100,000 miles. That is absurd. That is a lot. Okay, who knows if you're gonna keep the van that long? But at any rate, if anything happened to the transmission, now let me back up, because there are change intervals. You can't just buy a new transmission, don't service it, drive it 200,000 miles, and if it break again, you get a new one. No, you still should, in my opinion, every 60,000 miles, you should drop the pan and replace the filter and go in with new fluid. In fact, I think that's what this vehicle didn't get. Okay. Yes, that's why we at this point, guys. It went on too long without a transmission service. Now, my suspicion is the torque converter was wearing, and guys, don't panic. That is a wearable item. The clutches inside the torque converter will wear. The debris, this is all my opinion, the debris from that torque converter ended up in the pan, clogged up the filter, starved out the pump. The pump would start whining, bzzz, and at that point, you need parts, okay? Sure, some people can drop the pan, replace the filter and the fluid, and be fine for a while, but we can't sell that as a service. That is called, let's try this for $400, okay? Yes, a company can get sued with those kind of tactics. So I know a lot of people always put in the comments, man, all you had to do was, no, bro, it's all about, when you're running a business, you can't be doing Pookie type mechanic stuff with customers, because customers at the end of the day, they demand perfection. Once they pay that $300 that you said this may fix it, they expect their transmission to never slip again. Trust me, that's in their mindset. No matter how well you explain it, they expect it not to have no more transmission issue. Okay, JT, you talking too much. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about, what I'm up against. I brought this out here to check the fluid, but let me at least start it so y'all can get a sense what I'm talking about. All right, let's get it. Ooh, righty, guys. Let's start this thing up and see what we got. I'll let y'all hear. All right, there you go. Wow. That's what I mean by that whining, that pump whining, guys. It has been starved to death. 92,000 miles of service interval should have been at 60. The pan never been off, already climbed down there. Now, on contrary to what I say, I'm still under the impression, I know a lot of you guys are, that is still too soon for something like this to happen. Yes, guys, I'm a realist, and I know I preach maintenance, 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 maintenance. But even if you slip up or forget or don't get around to it, it's still kind of too soon for your transmission to be doing this. I'm sorry. Okay, I mean, you can be a realist and you can be, you got to balance both sides, guys. I know I'm here to explain to you guys from a DIY standpoint how to maintain your cars and how to repair it if it's easy, and here's advice on what you should do if it's not easy. I know that aspect of it, but this is still kind of a little bit too soon, guys. 100,000 miles, I don't know. Maybe I'm old-fashioned, but a transmission used to last more than 100,000 miles without doing anything. Now, I got to be careful saying that because I don't want you to, JT, suggest or think, even if you don't service, it should last more than 100,000 miles. I mean, there are people out there, I'm included, will accidentally go over when you should change your oil. You know, your light will come on, you go, I get around to it. 1,000 miles later, you still haven't got around to it. That doesn't mean your engine should lock up or seize or damage. I mean, it's a slippery slope, guys. Now, I'm talking too much again. All right, so when I got in this Jeep van, started up, y'all heard the whining. I tried to, let's see. Oh, I'm in drive, and I'm moving backwards. Look, guys, I'm in drive. Nothing. That is why I went and got my dipstick. Also, I'm curious to know what fault code that's set. Yeah, it's not moving at all. No one was towed in. All right, so I'm gonna leave it running because, quite frankly, you should check the transmission fluid while it's running. So let's go out here. Now, here's my thing, guys. If ain't no fluid in it at all, then yes, the reason all of this is happening is because you are extremely low on fluid. Okay, however, if it's full and burnt or whatever, then yes, you have internal problem. Because I can feel the linkage going into gear. All right, and I'm gonna scan this thing and see what fault code it generated. Anybody want to take a stab? I want to say 0944 or something like that. All right, where's my hold? JT having a hard time. No, don't do that, JT. You got women. I have women subscribers. Trees. What's going on, girlie? All right, let me get this in here. That's some more. I can't remember all their name offhand. But what I'm trying to do is get this dipstick. There you go. Now we're going to pull this out. And, ladies and gentlemen, wow. Do y'all see that? It's got fluid in it, which means it's not buzzing and whining because it's empty. That fluid is brown, guys. It is burnt. The transmission is toast. Okay? So my suspicions have been concerned. My suspicions have been, I see what's going on. Let me put it that way. So, yes, I don't have to fight to pull this in. There's nothing I can do, guys. It's the inevitable. I have to write up a transmission. All right? And because I know they're going to ask me what fault code it is, I will scan it. But I just verified that I have fluid in it. I just verified the condition of the fluid. I just duplicated that, yes, it will not move because in gear, it just whine and buzz. So my work here is done, guys. Remember, guys, you are entitled to give a customer an hour of your time. Basically, that's what diagnostic covers. I have spent an hour on this diagnosing it, so it's not like you robbing the customer. A lot of people are sensitive, and I understand their concern. I mean, but yeah, that's not the case here. So I'm going to scan this thing, and I'll put in the description, or I'll type in a screenshot. I'm trying to put this cap back on of what the code was, and I'm going to write up my estimate. Need a transmission. There's nothing else I can do. I could, however, look this over. Yeah, I'm going to look it over some more, but for now, let me scan this thing, get the fault code, and I'll put it in the description. I'll screenshot a picture of it for y'all. All right, that's all I have, guys. Thanks for watching.